Welcome to the Daily Talk Show. We have a fabulous new project to tell you about. It is a project all about you. Let's start by asking the big question. Who are you, digitally speaking? What kind of digital footprint have you created about yourself, and what are others putting out there about you? This project is going to help you answer that question. This project is also going to involve the inquiry model. You are going to plan this project following some basic steps. These steps help you plan your project better. The first step is the planning stage. In this stage you are going to identify your topic. We know that you are focusing on digital identity and footprints, but you have to determine what that means. You are also going to think about what information sources you could possibly use and talk about the presentation format. You are also going to talk with your teacher about how you are going to be assessed on this project. Finally, you are going to create a draft of your plan. In this project, you will be using the research journal to keep track of all of your information. Your teacher will talk to you about what that research book will look like. You will probably be using that book for other projects through this coming school year. After you plan out your project, you are going to look at your possible information sources more closely. This is called the retrieving phase. You are going to create a pathfinder, which is a list of the resources you have decided are good for this project. That means you have looked closely at the resources to make sure they have the information you need. You will hand that pathfinder in to your teacher so he or she can see you are on the right track in the project. Remember, information sources need to be diverse. You can't look at the internet, books, magazines, dictionaries, posters, and just about anything else that helps you figure out your digital identity. You can also interview people like your friends, teachers and parents. Now you are in the processing phase of the model. Once you have all of your sources figured out, you can start doing your project. That means you can finally start gathering your information and putting it into your research book. You can start making your connections and building your understanding about this project. If you need to make any changes to your plans, you can at any stage of the inquiry model. Sometimes what we thought was going to work in the beginning of a project needs to be modified as we go. That is okay. The next stage is the creating stage. You can only start creating your project once you have gathered everything you needed to do the project. That means not only should you have gathered your information, but you should have gathered your supplies as well. Don't start the creating phase until you are 100% ready. You will be amazed how easy this stage is when you are well prepared. Once you are done creating, you are ready for the sharing phase. This is a school-wide project, so we are all going to share it together. Have fun when you look at what everyone else came up with. Remember, we learn together, so learn from what other students and teachers created. Think about how this applies to you outside of school, and down the road as you get older. Remember, if you need to make any changes at this point to your project, it is still okay to do so. Now you are done the project. There is one last thing to do. Evaluate it. Of course your teacher is going to evaluate it, but your teacher has evaluated everything you have done in this project, from the planning, retrieving, processing, creating, sharing and even your own evaluations of this project. Yes, you do have to evaluate this project. You need to think about what worked well, what you would change next time you did a project using the inquiry model, how you can use the skills you learned in the process outside of school. Trust me, you do use these skills in real life. I know, I do. Well, thank you for listening to my show about digital identity and footprints. I hope you have fun doing this project and learn some helpful information about yourself in the process. I can't wait to see what each of your digital identities are. Good luck.